tragically, in this country, if you're African American, you're going to be arrested for using drugs almost 4 times more so than someone that's white. This has done serious damage to our communities. It's done serious damage to American families.
Big week for cannabis on Capitol Hill. Senator Cory Booker introduced the Marijuana Justice Act that would end cannabis prohibition from coast to coast on a federal level. He took to Facebook Live to explain the bill.
My bill does a number of things. First and foremost, it deschedules marijuana from the list of controlled substances, thus making it no longer illegal in federal law. The next thing it does is retroactively expunges people who have been convicted for use and possession of marijuana. Remember, these are charges that follow people for the rest of their lives. And then finally, because of the punishing of poor people, the wildly disproportionate effect on communities of color, often poor communities themselves, we create incentives for states, an incentive pool for states to change their laws.
According to the ACLU, in Iowa, D.C., Minnesota, and Illinois, blacks were 7 to 8 times more likely to be arrested than whites for marijuana. Booker's bill would punish those states if they continue their blatantly disproportionate policy. They also found over half of all drug busts were for possession of small amounts of marijuana. That's 7 million arrests in 10 years. And in 2010, police made a possession arrest every 37 seconds. That's more arrests than violent crimes or shoplifting. President Trump also signed a bill protecting states' cannabis rights, not allowing the federal government to pursue states that have legalized, in direct contrast to the position of Attorney General Jeff Sessions.
My best view is that we don't need to be legalizing marijuana, and we need to crack down.
I believe the federal government should get out of the illegal marijuana business. It disturbs me right now that Attorney General Jeff Sessions is not moving as the states are, moving as public opinion is, but actually saying that we should be doubling down and enforcing federal marijuana laws even in states that have made marijuana legal.
The big question is, where does President Trump stand? On the campaign trail, he praised medical marijuana.
The marijuana thing is such a big thing. I think medical should happen, right? Don't we agree? I mean, I think so. And then I really believe you should leave it up to the states. It should be a state situation.
With these recent developments on cannabis and the president blasting the attorney general daily on Twitter, Sessions' days could be numbered.
You're fired.
To make matters worse, on July 24th, a lawsuit was filed in New York suing the Attorney General for irrational classification of cannabis as a Schedule I drug, the same as heroin. The lawsuit was filed by former Super Bowl champion Marvin Washington, an 11-year-old girl suffering from leukemia, and the Cannabis Cultural Association.
While you're telling me in your testimony that there are potential medical applications, clearly shows that this does not qualify for what a Schedule I drug says it is.